Hey guys, how's things? Been a while, but been busy. Um, about the motors, was the last thing I done the batteries and now the motors, and I can't find anything other than saying the motor is going to outlast the battery. Haven't seen any issues anywhere of motors failing and that. So yeah, I kind of figured that, but anyway, that's I can't find that. If anyone, if any of you find anything, even share it in the comments there, just so I can have a look. But I've searched high and low, and I can't find anything where there's been a problem with motors. But just a couple of the lads have had a few issues with this Skoda Enyaq. There was actually three of them. Cars were only couple of months old, and it was a whirring loom issue, and apparently whatever way it was routed, it was rubbing off the body or the frame or chassis, and it was shorting out, so they had to have part of the whirring loom replaced. And the one guy was saying that the garage he was dealing with, they were saying that it was going to be a recall on them because minor issue and just a teething problem. But another fella was saying his cousin, who's also a taxi driver, had the Skoda Enyaq less than a year, and one of the cells in the battery went, which I'm not sure. I think LG supply those batteries. Not 100% sure on that, but again, I think it's the exception rather than the rule on that. But just I see BYD now. One of the lads actually on the rank that I use a lot. He got one there last week, and I was able to have a good look at it. Fabulous car, really really nice. Now, very impressive. For the money, for the spec that you're getting at, and for the money, they're MG and BYD are going to be in serious competition with each other, and they seem to be, they're priced similarly, and but really nice car, very impressed with it. Not sure if the boot will be big enough for me. I need the big boot. I fly a paramotor, and it fits nicely in this car. I have to take the floor out and move the spare wheel to the side, and it sits in just nicely. Not sure if it would suit me, but yeah, really impressed with it, I have to say. The only thing I didn't like about it was those piano string things in the side pockets. They're not very practical. They don't even look that good either, but not practical, and especially with taxiing, I'd say it wouldn't be long before they'd get broken. But other than that, it's really really impressive car. But interestingly enough, there yesterday, I got a phone call from the garage I bought this car off, and from a sales rep, and he was just asking me if was I thinking of a new car for the new year. And I just thought it odd because normally people are queuing up to try and get EVs and going on waiting lists. All this year and last year, people were going on waiting lists and basically buying what they could get rather than what they wanted. And I just cheekily said to him, I said, "Why, are you having trouble getting rid of them now?" "Oh, no. And if you order now before," he gave some date in December, I can't remember why, there's a €2,400 discount. And that's, I said, well, no, not at the moment. I said, maybe later on in the second half of next year, I'll be looking at possibly changing the car, all right, but not at the moment. But today I heard on the radio Nissan are giving 5,000 off the Nissan Leaf. So I think it's a sign of the things to come. I've been slow. I don't know about any other taxi drivers there. October, and so far in November, it's been slow, and you can see it in Dublin city centre. There's not a lot of people around, so I think the cost of living crisis is starting to bite, and yeah, not looking good. But anyway, we'll soldier on. But good. Yes, I think the price of the cars was getting a bit out of hand, and the dealers just taking advantage of the high demand for them, especially here in Ireland, with the grant that taxi drivers were getting. A lot of them now have gone for it. There's a lot of BYD Atto 3s out there as taxis. Funnily enough, the Aura Good Funky Cat, I can't remember the name, Funky Cat, Good Cat, whatever it was, I haven't seen one of them on the roads as yet, and they were launched here months ago, I think earlier in the year, and I haven't seen any of them. It's surprising because they did good reviews and good spec in the car, good size battery, good range, and they were priced in the early 40s as well. So just surprised. Maybe it's just a name. But yeah, another thing actually, when that sales rep rang me, I was asking him about the smaller battery size in this, because now in Ireland they're only selling the long range model, the 61 kilowatt battery. And I said, why aren't you just bringing in the 51 kilowatt battery? I said, it's the LFP battery, it's supposedly a better battery. And he says, oh, no, they only do the one size in it. And I thought, jeez, don't bullshit me, please. I wasn't in the humor to argue with him, and I said no. I said in China they have them, and I says, and he said, oh yeah, that's different. They've totally different specs in China, And I says, all right. So he said no, the ZS. He said we do different battery sizes in the ZS, all right, but not in the MG5. I think next year you might want to start bringing in the smaller battery sizes, especially if they're going to be 3,000 or 4,000 cheaper. You'll sell a lot more, because I've said it before, for me, once I have 300 kilometre, even 250 kilometre winter range, that's more than enough for my needs, and I certainly would go for one, I mean, I've close to 2.5 years I have this car now. It was 14th of June 2021 when I picked it up. I still haven't got that job to Cork, unfortunately. And any time I am doing a long journey, I just, fully charged, and I've had no issues. So, I would go for if it was available and I was going to save 3,000 or 4,000, I would go for the smaller battery size. It would suit my needs, and I think it would for a lot of other people. I still see people on social media and what have you saying, oh no, I won't switch to electric till it's 600-700 kilometre range. It's kind of, do you drive that much in a day in one journey? Like, no. Yes, it's strange, but yeah, so that's it. So if you're thinking about buying a new car for the new year, I wait till the new year, because if sales reps out of garages are ringing people around trying to drum up business, they're obviously not selling. And if Nissan, as I said, knocking $5,000, that's a big discount. And then the 3,500 SCAI grant, that's $8,500. That's worth looking at, but I think in the new year there's going to be value for money. Just interestingly, actually, on that, I just came across a YouTube video there the other night. It was a car dealer over in the UK, and he was at auctions, and he was shocked at how many Range Rovers were at the auction. He right enough in the video, he was going along the line and he looked, Range Rover. There was dozens of them, and they were all from finance companies where they were obviously repossessed. So yeah, I know I don't like saying it, but I'm a realist. I think dark times are coming. The European Union have passed the legislation for making it mandatory for every European citizen to have a digital ID. It was launched here in Ireland a couple of years ago, and they're forcing us on it. I've only got mine recently there, because I'm going to have to, in the new year, I'm going to have to renew my driving licence, and I won't be able to renew it without a universal social card. and that's the start of the digital currencies. So I also the morning that the hospital in Gaza was bombed by Israel, while everyone was looking that direction and worrying about that, Christine Lagarde from the European Central Bank made a very short announcement that the European Central Bank had moved to phase 2 of 3 phases of introducing the central bank digital currency. Phase 3 is the rollout of the currency. So they've moved on to phase 2 of the central bank digital currency. So they are coming programmable money. So yeah, democracy is dead. that's it. Right, that's it for now. But stay safe out there, and I'll talk to you all soon. Bye.